Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. We made it to the end of the week. I'm Gary Whipperman, and this is Whip Around and Find Out, presented by the Circle Tap in Denmark and the Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. Hope everybody had a great Thursday, and we are live on Friday. And I'm going to tell you right now, my video is weird. I don't know what's going on with it. In fact, I may just switch to audio because we don't really even need video today anyway, because I don't have highlights. It's really just me talking for the next however long we feel like going. And I'm going to tell you right now, I guess first and foremost, welcome to the only daily softball show in Wisconsin, presented by the Circle Tap in Denmark and Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. You want proof this season's crazy? I mean, how's this? Fond du Lac defeated Kaukauna last night 9-4. For those in the back who didn't hear me, let me say it again. Fond du Lac defeated Kaukauna last night 9-4 in Kaukauna to end their 85 game 85 game FVA winning streak. Yeah, my video is still messed up. Yeah, we'll take a look at it here. But 85 games in a row until last night. Kaukauna falls to Fond du Lac 9-4 at Kaukauna. What a great win for Coach Schleif and the Fond du Lac program. He and I texted a little bit last night. I don't know that the dude slept, to be honest. he may have just stayed up celebrating all night. It's a big win for his program. They continue to rise and elevate, and getting a win like this is really big for Fond du Lac. In fact, we'll see Fond du Lac tonight on W7. It'll be a 5 o'clock game against West Bend East. That game at West Bend. So batten down the hatches. We'll pray for no wind. But again, congratulations to Fondy. We'll get more into that game in a little bit. But that's softball in Wisconsin right now. It's one night it's chaos. The next night it's one swing, one run, and a shutout. And last night, I'm telling you, we had everything. Walk-offs, comebacks, 20-hit games, 4 home run performances, ace-level pitching, and a loaded home run list. Plus, amazing pitching. We had one player pitch a one-hitter with 13 strikeouts. Let's get to work. Quick break. This is Whip Around and Find Out on Friday morning. And we are indeed live this morning. So welcome your comments, your thoughts on anything we talk about today. We'd love to hear from you. Happy Friday, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Whip Around and Find Out. All right, let's get into all the happenings last night, and believe me, there were a lot. And we'll pick up where we left off with the Fond du Lac Kaukauna game. Here's how it happened. Fond du Lac didn't sneak this one. They came out attacking right away. In the first inning, Lillian Birschbach doubles. Mallory Thorpe drives in a run, and it's quickly 2-0 Fond du Lac. That's how you walk into a tough environment and flip the pressure. Kaukauna responds. They tied it up in the second. I mean, it's Kaukauna, right? So I mean, they're not going anywhere. Game is right there, but the third inning is when everything changed. Bases loaded walk for Elena Fink. Hobson gets a RBI single, and now it's 5-2 Fond du Lac, and that's the turning point. Not a home run, not a lightning swing, patience, execution, pressure. Does that sound familiar? What did we talk about on our show yesterday when we did our case study on Kaukauna? What did we say this team and this program is built on? Not driving in runs, not stealing bases, not great pitching performances, pressure. That's why they're successful. That's why they are who they've been for the last decade plus. Pressure. And ironically, that's how the streak ended. Fondy didn't rely on one player. It was constant pressure through the game. 10 hits as a team, 3 hits for Lily Birschbach, 3 hits for Mallory Thorpe, Hobson, multiple hits. Everybody in the lineup contributed, including Ava Martinez in the circle. We're watching Ava Martinez grow up right before our very eyes. She gave up some hits, but she never let Kaukauna take control of the game. No big inning, no avalanche. That's composure. Kaukauna fought, which of course you would expect. Let's not ignore this. Wellhouse 2 hits, 2 RBI. Deering 2 hits. They had chances, but they just couldn't get it over the top. And it was a win for Fond du Lac. And again, this wasn't just a win. This is a team walking into a powerhouse program and ending an 85-game conference winning streak. That deserves respect. That deserves just a moment of, wow. This game flipped in the third inning when Fond du Lac turned patience into pressure and pressure into runs. How fitting. And from there, they controlled the game all the way through behind a complete effort from Ava Martinez. Why this matters. It was a road win for Fondy. Early scoring, timely hitting, complete game pitching. And for me, for Fondy, here's the big thing. A limited damage innings. It seems like you get these innings where all the wheels fall off and everybody forgot how to play. That didn't happen last night. They played solid all the way through, and they win it 9-4. Congratulations, Coach Schleif, Coach Thorpe, and the Fond du Lac Cardinals in their 9-4 win over Kaukauna last night. There's segment 1. Today's show presented by the Circle Tap in Denmark and Wander Springs in Greenleaf. We are excited about having one of our live episodes this season at the Circle Tap. We're going to be live. We'll figure out a day. My guess is probably going to be like a Tuesday or Thursday. I mean, something like that. I'm not sure yet, but I'm excited to be able to have our show there live and hopefully have a lot of you there with us to celebrate what a wacky season this already is. I mean, this is a crazy season we've just started. It's still April now it's April double digits, April 10th, but it's going to be a fun ride. Okay, segment 2. This is our what the heck story. I mean, as if we didn't already have that with the Kaukauna game. Now, how about this one? This might be, I mean, overall, this might be the wildest 24 hours of the season. All right, so go back a couple days. Wednesday night, Port Washington versus West Bend West. Final score, West Bend West 15, Port Washington 14. That's chaos. I mean, just a wild, crazy game from start to finish. Either team could have won. West Bend West just had a little more at the end. They win it 15-14. And so Port regroups and they played West Bend West. Now remember, they're all in the same conference. Now this is the Glacier Trails Conference. So Port regroups and they played West Bend East last night. So they lost 15-14 to West Bend West in a wild, crazy offensive slugfest. Last night they played West Bend East. Final score 1-0. What the heck? 1-0 last night. It came down to one play. Quinn Matthew gets a sacrifice fly in the first inning to score the only run of the game. That's your game-winning RBI. And then Allie Hooper, 7 innings, complete game shutout. So we go from Port Washington involved in a 29-run game to a 1-run game. That's softball. That's softball this year in Wisconsin. I don't know what's happening right now, but it's fun. Hey, when we come back, segment 3, believe it or not, this will be coming up as our game of the night, as if we haven't had that already. But how about one more? We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Whip Around, presented by the Circle Tap in Denmark and the Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf on W7.
Pain's a very lonely place. I came to Orthopedic Associates because I had a ruptured disc in my neck. I needed to get it fixed as soon as I could. Life immediately following the procedure was better. I have 3 young boys. I coach their sports. I play their sports with them. So just the joy in life came back. The pain was gone. The entire standard of life became better.
Welcome back. Whip Around is on the air. By the way, it's kind of audio only. My video screen is kind of wonky, so I'm not sure what's happening, but we'll just go with audio. Again, there's no crazy graphics that we've got to show. There may be one, but we can muddle through it. All right, segment 3, game of the night, which sounds crazy based on what we've already talked about in the first 15 minutes. Shawano 6, Winneconne 5. This is softball. A walk-off win for Shawano. Top of the first, Aubrey Mitchell, solo homer for Winneconne. They strike first. Guess who answers? Well, just the one that was Who's That Girl yesterday, Ava Wachtel, game tied. Second inning, Shawano explodes. Ayanna Okimish, JC Cowden, 2 RBI, and Amaya Okimish, and it's 5-2 Shawano. So you think, okay, hey, game, right? Ball game. Not quite. Top of the third, Winneconne answers. Sacrifice bunt, an error, a fly out, and the game is tied 5-5. Lily Bubolt, 9 strikeouts in the game. Winneconne, 9 stolen bases. Get this. Winneconne had 9 stolen bases. 5 of them were by one player. Our buddy Sage Pelletier from Winneconne had 5 stolen bases last night. Bottom of the 7th, tie game. Riley Krieger with a bunt, run scores, game over, Shawano wins. That's the game of the night, because it wasn't just talent. Again, execution comes down to win it in the end. The game of inches. We talked about this also the other night, or the other morning. I don't know, this week is running together, you guys. But the other morning when we said close games come down to tiny micro decisions, not big macro decisions. And this was a great example. How about our comeback of the night? has to go to McWanago. McWanago trailed New Berlin West 7-1. They win it 12-8. Early on, it looked over. New Berlin West jumped out fast, a big first inning, added more in the second, and suddenly it's 7-1. That's where most teams fold. McWanago didn't. In the fifth inning, they put up a 6 spot, 5 hits, just like that, 9-8 McWanago. No panic, just that good old-fashioned pressure and good at bats. And then in the sixth inning, Liv Eckert hits a 2-run homer. That's your dagger, 4 RBI on the night, and the biggest swing of the game. McWanago finished with 15 hits. Chatham, Lamp, Goral all with 3, and the lineup never let up. Again, not just a comeback. They got punched early, and they refused to stay down. McWanago down 7-1, defeats New Berlin West 12-8. That's toughness. All right, from a comeback built on pressure to offenses that just overwhelm teams, let's talk bats. Sussex Hamilton, 18 runs, 20 hits. Hope Lennon, a home run, a triple, and 4 RBI. Sydney York, a 3-run homer. What about Fox Valley Lutheran? They win last night over New London 16-0. 4 home runs in the game. Natalie Brom, Bree Dahlke, Madison Babcock, Peterson also with a home run. 4 home runs in that game for FVL. They win it 16-0. I think they're just playing angry, FVL. I think that they're just on a mission this year. I don't know that I don't know who's going to stop them, but they seem to be on a mission. Grafton had 17 runs. Mishicot had 13 runs. Offense is alive for sure. Now, when we say that, we think, okay, well, it's going to be an offensive year. Not so fast, my friend. Segment 6, how about circle domination? We showed you the offense. We showed you the chaos. Now it's time for circle domination, where we highlight the arms that just didn't pitch. They controlled the game. All right, Tier 1, elite. This is the circle domination segment. Elite pitching. Let's start at the top. Here's the ones who took over. Charlotte Radke, Appleton North. North wins at 5-0. Radke with a complete game, allowed just 1 hit, 13 strikeouts, complete control for Charlotte. That's an ace shutting the door from pitch 1 to pitch 7. Great game by Charlotte. Also elite, Riley Raby from Medford. Medford 6, Lakeland 1. Complete game, 13 strikeouts. Didn't give Lakeland any room to breathe. That's command all night. Allowed only 1 run, but a complete game for Riley Raby. What about Madeline Barsness from Stoughton? Stoughton 6, Sauk Prairie nothing. 13 strikeouts in 5 innings. 5 innings, 13 strikeouts. That's how you overwhelm hitters. And I'm telling you, the theme for Stoughton this year is now or never. They feel like they've got a window in this year and next year to really elevate and to make some noise both in the Badger Conference and the state at large. And if you can get good pitching, which they're getting it from Maddie Barsness, watch out. They may be a team to keep an eye on this year. Stoughton knocks off Sauk Prairie 6-0. So there's your Tier 1. How about Tier 2? We call this clutch, winning the game. Let's talk about the pitchers who had to win tight games. What about Haley Hutchins from Pewaukee? Pewaukee's another team to watch out for. They are slowly, steadily making a rise in the Woodland West. It's taken a couple years, but it's happening. Pewaukee becoming a solid program in the Woodland. They defeated Waukesha West last night 3-2. Hutchins had a complete game, 10 strikeouts. Again, pressure pitching, every pitch mattered, and she delivered. This one will come as no surprise to you. Callie Craig from Watertown. Watertown beats Milton 8-1. Callie with a complete game, 10 strikeouts, controlled the game from start to finish, never let Milton build momentum. We're going to see Milton on Saturday at Milton, 11 o'clock. So tomorrow, 11 a.m., they take on Elkhorn. And I got to tell you, I've gotten emails from the AD and the coach at Elkhorn. They are super excited to be on W7 tomorrow. So we're looking forward to celebrating Elkhorn tomorrow. Also, Craig Marquardt from Milton has already given me the kind of the lay of the land, and they're excited for us to come. So I'm really, really thrilled to be able to do this game tomorrow at Milton. So that game is at 11 o'clock tomorrow. All right. How about, so there's tier 2. We talked about tier 1, elite, tier 2, clutch. What about tier 3, grinders, keeping teams alive? They battled and they gave their team a chance. Lily Bubolz from Shawano. Shawano wins at 6-5. Complete game, 9 strikeouts. Yeah, she gave up some runs. Yeah, she gave up some walks, but she kept Shawano alive long enough to walk it off. That's toughness. Kennedy Weisensell, Marshall, hear her name all the time. Just, she is a tremendous player. Really a great kid too, if you had the chance to meet her. But they lost. Marshall lost 4-1 to Waterloo. Kennedy, a complete game, 9 strikeouts. She did everything she could do in the circle, but sometimes the bats just don't come with you. So Waterloo gets the win over Marshall 4-1. And don't forget, we had 2 pitchers who finished it clean. This is our zero club. Charlotte Radke with a 5-0 win shutout, and Ellie Hooper with a 1-0 win over Port Washington. Complete game shutouts, zeros on the board. Circle domination night, yeah, it was real. Multiple pitchers at 13 strikeouts, multiple complete games, and a couple shutouts mixed in. That tells you everything. Pitching in the state right now, it's deep. And if you don't have it, you're not winning in June. You've got to have pitching. All right, from arms taking over to bats leaving the yard all across the state, let's get to our home run tracker. Here is everyone that hit a home run last night in the games that we have. Are you ready? Here we go. Liv Eckert, Mugwanago. Aubrey Mitchell, Winneconne. Bella Diaz, Verona. Ella Robertson, Tri-County. Hope Lennon, Hamilton. Sydney York, Hamilton. Lydia Ramstad, Tosa East. Cece Cure, Tosa East. Natalie Brom, FVL. Brianna Dalkey, FVL. Madison Babcock, FVL. Kinley Peterson, the freshie, with a home run. I believe that's her first career high school home run. Congratulations, KP. Cora Cropland from Sheboygan Falls Kohler. Elise Wiedmeyer from Slinger. Brooklyn Elliott from Slinger. Allison Howlett from Watertown. Casey Heisel from Watertown. Peyton Jershely Mosinee. Talon Jershely Mosinee. Reese Grudzalanek, Wisconsin Lutheran. Hidri from Oak Creek. And April Smith from Prairie Duchesne. That's your home run tracker from last night. When we come back, we're going to go under the radar. Maybe not flashy, exciting, wide open games, but just some solid performances and some solid wins for some teams we're going to talk about next. You're watching Whip Around, presented by the Circle Tap in Denmark and Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. We'll be right back.
Fix TV. Live contents like never before. Switch between multiple live channels with ease. Access anytime, anywhere with our user-friendly app. Fix TV brings the action right at your fingertips. Download now. Available on all devices.
Well, I'll give my video another try here. We'll see. It's a little temperamental this morning. You know what? I mean, again, you guys know this. I'm not necessarily a morning person, so you got to bear with me. I've just started my coffee and just getting into the day, and happy to spend it with you guys, and happy to be sponsored by the Circle Tap in Denmark. Visit circletapdenmark.com or wandersprings.com. Golf season's here. It's time. It's time to get back out on the links. Hit them straight. At least tell people you hit them straight. That's what I do. I don't necessarily hit them straight, but I tell people I do. So that kind of counts the same thing. I mentioned this that Kinley Peterson had her first career home run from Fox Valley Lutheran, but also Aubrey Mitchell, freshman from Winneconne. We did mention that Aubrey was in our home run tracker, but she's also a freshman, and she got her first career varsity home run. That's Grace's little sister from Winneconne. So congratulations, Aubrey, on your first career home run. Okay, all right, let's get into Under the Radar. Hey, Coach Wally checking in from St. Mary Springs. Wally, how you doing, my friend? Good to hear from you. Segment 11, Under the Radar. These are under the radar teams that we're going to talk about. We hit the big games, we hit the stars. Now let's go under the radar where games are kind of won in a different way. Not flashy, but just as important. How about Kewaskum? Kewaskum defeats West Bend West last night, 5-1. Just really good softball. Kewaskum didn't overpower anybody. They just outplayed them. And the bottom of the lineup delivered for Coach Sabish and the Indians. Hannah Galashinsky, 2 hits. Elsa Rettler, an RBI double and a sacrifice fly. 2 RBI for Elsa. Madden Sabish, she did have 4 walks, but patience, discipline. 4 walks. Sabish had 4 walks from the plate. She walked 4 times. So clearly they're pitching around Madden, which is not the worst idea in the world. As a team, Kewaskum had 7 walks, 4 stolen bases, 0 errors. Not flashy, not exciting, no headlines, but just executing and winning games. That's the story. They didn't give anything away. They made West Bend West work for everything. That's how you win clean games. Medford defeated Lakeland last night 6-1. This one all about depth. The bottom of the order carried it. Ruthie Steinman, 2 hits and 3 RBI from the 9 spot. Nice job by Ruthie. Krasnewski and Nix, multiple hits, because when your 7, 8, 9 hitters are producing, now your lineup is dangerous top to bottom. In the circle, Riley Graby had 13 strikeouts. So you combine bottom of the order production, ace level pitching. That's a tough team to beat. Medford beat Lakeland 6-1. What about Beaver Dam? 1 inning flips everything. Beaver Dam beats DeForest 10-3. This game came down to 1 inning, the 4th inning, 8 runs. And how'd they do it? Walks, singles, timely hits, bases loaded pressure, not one big swing, just stacking pressure until it breaks. Remember, we talked about stacking, stacking things one at a time, building that house. That's what Beaver Dam did last night. Layla Linsenmeyer, our favorite meme in the world, 3 RBI double for Layla. Emma Julka, one of our all-time favorite kids, 3 hits. That's a lineup that stayed patient and then exploded when the opportunity came. By the way, I mentioned it yesterday. I'm going to mention it today. I'm going to mention it every single day until the end of time. Linsenmeyer and Julka are just 2 more examples of multi-sport athletes. I've heard enough of this specialization nonsense. Layla played in the state tournament a couple of weeks ago at Green Bay. Emma Julka, also a state tournament player, all-conference player from Beaver Dam. Softball's her number 1 sport, but by God, she's a pretty good basketball player too. Multi-sports. Kids, parents, don't fall into this. You have to only play this one sport, and if you don't, you're not going to get a college scholarship. They don't know anything. All right? Here's what I want you to do. When you hear that, just make a mental note. They have no idea what they're talking about. Turn around and leave. They're exposing themselves as not knowing what they're talking about. This specialization nonsense is just out of control. Play multiple sports, kids. Play everything. Get with other coaches, other teammates, other players. Don't buy into this nonsense. All right. You guys know I'm going to give you one PSA every day. That one's the one for today. All right. How about Mosinee? Power and pressure. Mosinee 13, Tomahawk nothing. Power, speed, and pitching. Start with the power. Peyton Jershely, 2-run homer. Talon Jershely, 3-run homer. Poor Peyton. She's like, hey, look, I hit a 2-run homer. Taylor's like, I hit a 3-run homer. Taylor's the older one. So Taylor's going to Northwestern. And again, multi-sport athlete, great kid, great athlete. On the way home, she's like, hey, Peyton, nice job with the 2-run homer. What did I do? Oh, yeah, I hit a 3-run homer. I forgot. But hey, congratulations on your 2-run homer. Good for you. I doubt that happened, but in my mind, that happened. All right. 9 walks as a team for Mosinee. That's pressure. And in the circle, a shutout performance. That's control. Ava Bussey on the circle doing Ava Bussey things. When you combine Ava and the pitching and Talon and Peyton and Brooklyn and the hitting, you get a 13-0 game. All right, my video's starting to act up again. I'm going to give it one more try here. So those are the games that don't always grab the headlines, but they tell you everything that you need to know about a team. Execution, depth in the lineup, patience at the plate, take advantage of one big inning. That's winning softball. And those teams, they're building something. All right. We are running long time, but I assume you guys are okay with that. So when we come back, we're going to give you our nominees and our winner for Who's That Girl. Coming up next, you're watching Whip Around on W7, presented by the Circle Tap in Denmark and Wander Springs Golf Course. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back.
W7's got it right. Covering girls' high school sports all the time. 100% free, 100% live. W7 for the girls.
Time to bring the show home. By the way, tonight, West Bend East hosting Fond du Lac. Watch those Cardinals who just knocked off Kakana last night and ended the Ghost 85 game FVA streak. 4:30 on air, 5 o'clock first pitch from West Bend. It is Fond du Lac and West Bend East tonight. And then tomorrow, 11 o'clock, 10:30 first pitch, Milton hosting Elkhorn. Both games on W7 live and free. And by the way, I am working today to get our transition back to Fixed TV. Fixed TV has gone through some major upgrades this week in their platform. So we kind of gave them the week off to be able to just focus on that. We moved all of our content to YouTube and Facebook. But I'm already seeing I'm getting, video blocked by Facebook and YouTube and, all this stuff, which is why we went to Fixed TV in the first place. So we will be going back. I'm hoping today, but if not, for sure, Monday we'll be back 100% on Fixed TV. Okay, now it's time for Who's That Girl? It's becoming, at least my favorite segment of the show. 5 performances across the state that stood out, 5 players that took over the game in different ways. Let's meet the nominees. Nominee 1, Hope Lennon, Hamilton Chargers. Hamilton wins the game 18-6. Hope had 3 hits, including a home run, a triple, and 4 RBI. That's just pure offensive domination. Lennon didn't just contribute, she controlled the middle of that lineup. Power, gap-to-gap hitting, driving in runs. When Hamilton blew that game open, she was right in the middle of it. Nominee 2, Charlotte Radke, Appleton North. Complete game, allowed 1 hit, 13 strikeouts. That's an ace performance. 1 hit, 13 strikeouts for Charlotte. Oshkosh West never had a chance to settle in. That's not just pitching well, that's taking the game over. Nominee 3, Liv Eckert, Mukwonago. Mukwonago 12, New Berlin West 8. 4 RBI, a go-ahead 2-run homer in the 6th. This is your clutch performer. Mukwonago down 7-1 early. They battle all the way back, and Eckert delivers the biggest swing of the night. That home run, that's the moment that finished it. That was your dagger. Nominee 4, Natalie Brom from Fox Valley Lutheran. The senior hits a home run, multiple hits, 3 RBI. That's tone-setting offense. Brom gets it going early with a bomb, and when a team's putting up 16 runs, you need someone to start the avalanche. That's Natalie Brom. I think Natalie is one of the most underrated players that I know of in the state. She's on a team of stars, which we see that a lot. So when you get a team of stars, even the really, really good players, and I think Natalie's a star in her own right, they sometimes get a little overshadowed. But Natalie Brom is a difference maker and a heck of a softball player. And she's going to, you mark my words. I'm usually right about these things. You mark my words. At some point this season is going to be some big game where they're going to need a big play. And my belief is going to be that Natalie Brom will be right in there with that big play. She'll come through with it. So she's our nominee 4. Nominee 5, JC Cowden from Shawano. Shawano defeats Winneconne 6-5 on a walk-off. JC had 3 hits, 2 RBI. In a 1-run game, every at-bat matters, and JC delivered all night. She set the table, drove in runs, and helped put Shawano in position to walk it off. That's impact hitting in a pressure game. All right, there's your 5 nominees. Time for your winner. Tonight's winner is Charlotte Radke from Appleton North. A complete game shutout, 1 hit allowed, 13 strikeouts, a 5-0 win over Oshkosh West. Here's why. When you dominate a game from the circle like that, you don't just win, you control everything. That's the thing. You control it all. Tempo, rhythm, confidence. That's what an ace looks like. We talked about this, and I'm gonna keep talking about it. I'm not saying that Charlotte's Carly Meredith. Nobody's Carly Meredith. Only Carly Meredith is Carly Meredith. And if you don't know who Carly Meredith is, Carly, of course, had record setting is not even what you would say. Just a dominance of 4 years at Kaukauna. But there's a changing of the guard going on right now in the FVA, and I think Charlotte's part of that. To me right now, she's the ace of the FVA until somebody shows me something else. She's the one to watch out for, and she is Who's That Girl. So congratulations, Charlotte. All right, when you've seen dominance in the circle, we've seen power at the plate. Let's wrap it up. Oh boy. This is one show, you guys. This is one day. This was yesterday. Here's a summary of games from the last 2 weeks. This all happened yesterday. Another wild night of softball. And again, Circle Tap Denmark, Wander Springs Golf Course. Thank you for your support. It's great having these guys on board supporting us and helping us bring you all of this great content and promoting these amazing female athletes. This is why softball is so great. It's so fun. Tonight we'll be at West Bend, 5 o'clock, first pitch, 4:30 on air, Fond du Lac at West Bend East. And then tomorrow, 10:30 on air and 11 o'clock, first pitch, Elkhorn and Milton. I'm Gary Whipperman. Thanks for watching. This has been Whip Around, and we are for the girls. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good Friday.